Good morning, everyone. So the reason there's always a pause at the beginning, but last time I did a video, you may well realize there was no video. It was just a black screen. So I thought I'd just hang on a little bit before I launched into what I'm going to share with you today. So today is about overwhelm and the role of tech. So it's not that I'm going to state anything new here. We all know that tech contributes to overwhelm. We know that we're bombarded with information, that we've got our phones and we've got our desktops and our laptops and our pads and our TVs, and we've got screens everywhere. We realise that tech plays a big role in our lives. We realise that it's actually been really helpful and can be helpful. So why do I really want to talk about tech today? It's not like it's original. I think the main reason is that there's the way tech can interact and interplay with, I'm just going to move this screen because I can see myself and I don't like it. Okay. So yeah, it's the way tech interacts with the subconscious, the way it kind of manipulates us and messes with our heads in a way that we may not be aware of, and how you can make some really small changes. Because you know me, I'm all about small. Just do tiny, tiny shifts and see what kind of potentially dramatic improvements you can experience. So what do I mean when I say that tech messes with your head? First of all, and I've said this before, all of the technology that we engage with is designed, it's very raison d'etre, its purpose is to encourage you to engage with it. And everyone on any of the platforms that we use, like right here, me here in Facebook, I just did a video over on Instagram where I said, look, I'm just about to do a training on overwhelm and tech, and why don't you go to the Facebook group and join in, because that's where I do some mini focus trainings. So I'm not alone. Everybody's saying to you, okay, if you want more of this, go here. If you want to read more, do this. If you want to watch, do that. If you want to listen, do that. Make sure you're here. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do the other. On top of, and that's just the people you might want to listen to, not including all of the people you've never heard of that suddenly pop up on your feeds, and you realize they've been following you around the internet, some product you looked at and you think, how did they know? So we know that technology is designed to get us to engage with it. So in effect, if you look at the bigger picture here, some of that's kind of nice, but it's a little bit big brotherish, really. If you step right back from it and go, hang on a minute, I'm being controlled by this device here, I'm just looking at my phone, this device here, I'm being controlled by it. So that's what I mean when I say it messes with your head. It's trying to engage with, it's not trying, it's succeeding in getting you to take actions, to watch this, read that, buy this, listen to something else, sign up for, but whatever it is, it's getting you to take actions. And it's not like, you got in your car and you drove to the town and you wandered down the high street and you purposely thought, okay, I'm going to go shopping. I'm not really planning to do anything particular, not planning to go to a coffee shop, not planning to buy anything. But there's a chance you might. It's not like that. That is not how technology works. It's almost like the equivalent of those coffee bars and those shops somehow getting into your heads and subconsciously getting you to come in and buy the coffee. Now, they do that with window dressing, and everyone's trying to psychologically get you to do things. So I want you to understand that, but I also want you to step back. So when it comes to overwhelm, what happens is we've handed all of our power of control to something else, someone else, which is the technology. We don't consciously do that. We don't realize we've done that, but we have. And so when we get overwhelmed, what's happening is we're we're feeling compelled, because that's what it does, compelled to do the things it's asking us to do. Oh, I need to turn it on. Or what if no one's following me? What if nobody's noticed my post? What if? We set up a primitive response mechanism, which is associated with fear, which increases our overwhelm. And the more we engage with it, the more we can get sucked into that overwhelm, because there will be more things it wants us to do, watch, buy, whatever. So given that, how do you get out of some of that overwhelm? And I'm not going to tell you anything that's rocket science here either. But the reason I'm sharing it with you is because one of my clients told me how very powerful this tiny shift has been in her own life. And this began when I just shared with her that most of the time my phone is on silent. I put it in another room. I don't take it out with me when I go for a walk. I purposely regain control of my life in relation to my relationship, it is a relationship, with technology, by choosing when I will allow it to engage with me, when I will allow myself to be sucked into the watch this, read that, listen to the other, because I get sucked in the same as anyone. I'm human. But I know that if I don't have that technology with me, if I'm not in this office looking at this screen, if I don't have my phone with me, if I'm not turning on any screen, then it can't do it. I have to choose. So when I told my client this, and it was just a conversational thing, we were not talking about tech specifically. She was a bit, oh, really? You don't take your phone with you? You have it on silent? Yep. So what she began to do was have silent periods for her phone, moments when she wasn't going to switch it on. And what she shared with me yesterday was how powerful this has been in her life, how it has had a dramatic effect on how she constructs the order of her day, what she does, and how she engages, and how liberating it has become. So what you could consider, this is your life, remember, you're making the choices. Maybe begin somewhere really simple, like turning it off for maybe half an hour before you go to bed. And there's a reason why you would want to do that, because of blue screens, a production of melatonin, which you need for sleep. And so that's a whole other story. So that would be a great thing. Just switch it off half an hour earlier. Put it onto airplane mode when you're in bed. Don't switch it back on until after you've had breakfast, or leave it at home when you go for a walk. You know, if that really freaks you out, just leave it indoors when you go in the garden. One step at a time, remember. Disengage for a portion of your day, whether it's your lunch hour, whether it's for 10 minutes, you know, just wean yourself off slowly. Take 5 minutes where you go, okay, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to leave the phone on silent in another room while I go and do something else. Start small. You will be astonished at how you suddenly have moments where you reconnect with your sense of calm and well-being. Okay, that's it. I perhaps have gone a little longer than I sometimes do on these trainings. And let me just share with you, okay, so I am going to go on a little bit longer. Let me just share with you what really brought this home to me, particularly why I wanted to do this episode. So it wasn't just the conversation I had with a client. It was that I finished this book I've been working on for too long at the weekend, and I sent it off. And so this week has been a little bit, I don't really want to do stuff. You know, I'm kind of going through the motions a bit. And I've joined this thing called Clubhouse, which if you've got an iPhone and you know what it is, great. If you don't worry about it. But it's another thing that sucks you in. And a lot of the engagement is overseas in the States. And I've been feeling a little bit uncomfortable about it, thinking, oh, I'm not sure I want to do this, because I'm gone back to being a little bit of a slave to my phone, where it's ping, 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 ping. And I press on it, oh, I'm in a room and suddenly people are talking, and it's in the evening, and it's interfering with my normal structure of the day that I choose. So I thought, oh, I don't like this feeling. Oh, no, I'm being controlled instead of me choosing to control. And the other thing that's happened because I've gone, oh, well, I don't want to, do too much this week, is I've stopped engaging so much here on Facebook and on Instagram. I just stepped away for a bit thinking, it's not like the world will end and anyone will even notice if I don't do my video, if I don't do a blog, if I don't do a podcast. I mean, I've done most of them, but I haven't been doing that. Oh, I have to do a post on Instagram because otherwise the algorithm, remember the algorithm messing with your head, trying to get you to do things, controlling you. And I noticed a drop off, unsurprisingly, of, my following and engagement on Instagram because I've stepped away for a few days, like 4 or 5 days. Oh my goodness. Now I could freak out about that. Go, oh yeah, but business says. I could go into the musts and the shoulds and the ought to have, and your business won't work if, and but ultimately, this is a life of our creation. We have to step back in control. We have to go, oh, hold on just a minute there. That's what I've done with myself. I have to consider, do I want to be engaged with this Clubhouse thing, which could be really powerful for my business? And if I do, how do I put boundaries around that mean it still sits in a part of my life where I'm in control of it, where I'm constructing my day the way I want to construct it, which again is a whole other training. So I'm going to stop now. It has been a little bit long, but I'm going to upload this probably to my podcast too. And so you might be listening to this thinking, why is she talking like she's on social media? Well, because that's where I am. I'm recording this in Facebook. But if this has been helpful for you, leave a comment below. As ever, questions, something else you want me to cover, please engage. There you are. I'm asking you to do so. But I'm also hoping that in delivering this, you will get some value from it. All right, take care. Catch you on another training soon this week. Take care for now. Bye. We'll now do the endless me trying to close the screen. We know how this works, don't we?